business.
Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your daily NFL news show on the Roundtable Sports Network. We hope everyone had a wonderful football jam-packed weekend. We know we did, and it's not over. The Dolphins and the Jets face off this evening, as well as the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. But there was a lot of football that occurred yesterday that we need to discuss. Richie, what's going on, man? How's life?
Life is great. It's game day, baby. We got a lot of football that happened yesterday. I'm excited to talk all things NFL. We got 2 more games tonight. It's a crazy day right now, man. The vibes are high. I'm getting over a little sickness. I'm feeling a little better. And, yeah, love it. The Jets did not ruin my Sunday like they usually have been the last few weeks, so luckily they're going to make my Monday today.
Hopefully they make your
They will.
Monday.
They won't. No hope. No hope, Dan.
No hope, man.
No hope.
TD, how you feeling, man? A big game against the New York Jets. Y'all are wearing your dark water jerseys this evening. I really hope you win because a great joke would be dog water jerseys. Say, for example, you drop to the Jets. But thoughts on the game, man? What do you got?
Listen, man, I'm excited about today. I'm really confused, though. I'm thrown back that Richie's excited to know his fate tonight, but that's a whole nother topic. But listen, man, I'm excited about Fourth Forever. So much happened yesterday in the NFL. So much to talk about. We got a lot to get into. I don't even know if we're going to be able to cover it all. I mean, it's just so many storylines and so many things that went down. And one thing I want better explanation about is what's up with Salah? He trying to square up with it with another. We'll get into it.
Salah showing more fire in that thing than any time with the Jets.
Yeah, I was about to say that, man. Where was that in New York, Robert Saleh? Have no fear. Have no fear.
And I will say, man, I held it down on Friday. You two were MIA. I did a Fourth and Forever solo dolo. I guess now that's what we're doing Friday. So, TD, you're up next. You're doing a solo show on Friday.
Let's do it. I'm ready, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
It's the solo show. Richie, we appreciate you filling in for us. But we're
Shout
back.
out to the chat for helping me out, man. It was fun to be there all alone, but I wasn't alone because we had the chat, you know? That's what we love to hear about Fourth and Forever is everybody watching it. So we appreciate you guys, as always. Hit the thumbs up button, our flagship daily NFL show. We're pumped up, man. Let's do it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the first game in Dublin, Ireland. The Pittsburgh Steelers, now 3-1, by the way, take down the J.J. McCarthy-less Minnesota Vikings. I got to tell you what, I was waiting for the DK and Aaron Rodgers connection to be established, and by and large it was. A Kenneth Gainwell game. The Pittsburgh Steelers, where it stands right now, perhaps looking like the best team in the AFC North. Are we crowning them division champions right now? I don't know. And the Minnesota Vikings, while they made it a game toward the back half, they walk away from Ireland a loser. Sound off, TD. Thoughts on the Steelers? Thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings?
I thought it was a great game. I actually watched the entire game. It was weird, though, because when you really look at Pittsburgh, everybody, they love to talk about, they're not as good as we thought they would be because of talent, X, Y, and Z. This team is good. This is actually a good football team. You have to understand, with all these new pieces, the nucleus had to get together and start gelling. And I personally believe that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're starting to gel. The defense is playing well overall. When you look at that game in particular, the Vikings needed help on the defensive side of the football early in the game. They didn't come out as sharp. Well, they came out sharp. They made a few stops right away. But then it was the big one-play hitters. It was always the big one-play hitters. And Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers, he took advantage of it. And I always say this about a Brian Flores-led defense. The only teams that have their way against a Brian Flores-led defense are elite or amazing veteran quarterbacks who've seen it all, who've done it all, and they know how to dissect and take advantage of the individual matchups. And you went up against Aaron Rodgers, and that's exactly what he did. He was sniping the one-on-one action early on. Then later in the game, that defense tightened up. They were going into the fourth quarter, and Pittsburgh had 24. I think they had 21, and then at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they scored 20 field goal for 24. The Vikings defense shut them down after that. The offense finally made a run, but it was too late. It was too late to make the official comeback. So shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like they're waking up and getting better and better. And yes, Dan Mitchell, they are about to run away with the division now because Baltimore, I'm very concerned.
Yeah. We're going to save that as well, especially for a quarterback that just gives up on his team. We will place that later. Richie, thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Minnesota Vikings? Are you bought in on the Pittsburgh Steelers right now?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. First of all, I'm not crowning any division person this early on in the season, just like we were trying to crown the Chargers as the winning team of the AFC West way too prematurely, which we'll get into later on. I'm not going to crown the Steelers as the AFC North winners yet, even though they are in the driver's seat. But I think that what we saw from this game, it was really impressive. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't really have to do much there, man. He's doing everything he needs. He's throwing the ball like not down the field. 0 to 15 yards is his sweet spot. He finds DK over the middle. DK, how fun is it to watch DK Metcalf run in the open field?
It's fun.
I mean, like watching him sprint down the left sideline. Like, is there anybody that moves like him? You know what I mean? Like, he's built like a freight train down there. Like, you're just like, I don't want to get in the way of this guy. DK is a fun receiver to watch play football, man. Rodgers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, what impressed me in that game the most is they got back to their identity defensively, which is sacking the quarterback and taking the ball away. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers are so good at. That's what makes them a winning football team. That's why Mike Tomlin has never coached a Steelers season when they had a losing record. When they are able to do that defensively, taking the ball away, sacking the quarterback, they are an absolute dominant team. And now, Kenneth Gainwell stepping in for the injured Warren. He goes out there, gets 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers is just playing smart football, not turning it over. And you look at that Steelers team, they are definitely the front runner to win that division. I expect them to be a playoff team. Even if they don't make the playoffs by winning the AFC North, I do see them as a wild card team. But, I still got to see the Steelers against a really good team. We haven't seen that yet, especially a team in their own division. What are they going to look like against the Ravens that are now desperate? What are they going to look like even against the Bengals, the Browns? Because we know that AFC North is a absolute juggernaut. What are they going to look like against really good football teams? Because, hey, they beat the Jets, the Patriots, who looked good yesterday, and now the Vikings with a backup. So I'm still waiting to see them going up against a really good team, but very impressed with the Steelers early on so far this season.
It's them Pittsburgh Steelers, man. And you know what? Like, we're already on the AFC North chat. So might as well just stay here for a second. And we'll unpack the Chiefs and the Ravens game a bit later in the episode. But holy hell, dude. Like right now, after what I saw from Baltimore, I'm not even convinced that this is a good football team. I'm not even convinced that this is a good team. It's funny because you so often see paper champions. And we saw what the roster looked like over in Baltimore leading up into the preseason. But that is the worst defense statistically in the NFL. They are letting up close to 33 points per game. We saw this trend last year where they started off slow. They picked it up toward the back half of the season. I'm not sure. Have we completely lost all hope that Baltimore will be able to rattle off a couple of wins? The Steelers can start to falter and they can still ultimately end up winning this whole thing. What are your thoughts on this? Because I feel like their spirit is broken as a team. And I think the second that we saw Lamar Jackson walk off with a phantom hamstring injury, ironically enough, when the Chiefs went up by 30, I think that's got to be concerned. I saw a lot of Ravens fans burning Lamar Jackson's jerseys yesterday on social media. I think they've had, surprisingly enough, a lot of people are pissed. Richie, thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs game, I think that, hell, you know what? Screw it. We're skipping it, and we're talking about this game right now. Should Ravens fans be concerned? Is there any part of you that thinks they can pick it up, or is the damage already done? Richie, go ahead.
They're dealing with a lot of adversity right now, and it's crazy that Derrick Henry fumble in week 1 started all of this. And, this is a team that started slow last year, 1-2. They figured it out. This was a tough game for them to go on the road in Arrowhead. And, I think that this is definitely something that the Ravens are going to have to figure out. Now with the Steelers looking as good as they look. So it's going to be a very interesting. I mean, for them to burn Lamar Jackson jerseys, that's ridiculous, dude. That is absolutely ridiculous. The Ravens fans, they're held to a higher standard. So when they see stuff like this, they're definitely going to get pissed off. I heard a lot of people say that they want them to fire Harbaugh, and they're upset that, the coach in Seattle is over there. They wanted him to be their guy long term, McDonald. So I thought that's interesting. But are we just going to make this game all about how bad the Ravens are and not that the Chiefs may be back?
Well, so I look.
Or
at
are we
the
just going to
Baltimore
say the
Ravens.
Ravens are bad now, and now the Ravens defense is trash, and what Mahomes did and the offense, 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, we're just going to overlook that?
So I think that it's too soon for us to say that the Chiefs offense is back, because I'm looking at the Ravens so far this year, and they gave up 41 points to the Buffalo Bills week 1, where Josh ended up throwing for like 275 yards in a single quarter. Yeah, Jared Goff put up 38 against that defense as well, and that run game. And then you also ended up seeing the Kansas City Chiefs put up 37. I wasn't sleeping on the Chiefs ever. I knew that they were going to come back and do their thing, but I still think it's a little too soon for me to say, all right, like this Chiefs offense has it figured out. I still think they need Rashee Rice back. But
I think the big thing that who was back yesterday made it all difference is Xavier Worthy's presence.
Yeah.
Worthy's back.
Yeah, he was big.
That was a big miss that everyone forgot about. He got knocked out of the game in the first drive of the season, and Andy Reid and the offense all offseason was game planning this offense around Xavier Worthy. He gets knocked out. They're trying to adjust. He's back. Now look what happened. And Rice is coming back. So, dude, I'm sorry, but the Chiefs, they're not going anywhere. I still have them winning the division. And I think that, this is the game that they needed offensively, whether it's against the Ravens or against anybody, for them to put up 37 points, to get their swagger, get their confidence back, get their rhythm back. This is scary that the Chiefs did what they did against the Ravens, because now that they have this new level of confidence and they're all looking at each other yeah, all right, now this is our flow state. Mahomes getting 4 passing touchdowns, almost 300 passing yards. He just needed that one game. So this could be something. I'm not going to say they're back to their dominant ways yet. We got to see it consistently. But this is definitely something that you got to watch. A game like this can absolutely spark something with this organization. So we shall see how it goes. And you see the Chargers now vulnerable with their offensive line injuries, them losing to the Giants. The Chiefs are just 1 game back from the Chargers now. So watch out for that division.
2 games.
Well, not technically. They have a game over them, yes, the tiebreaker but it's all about their matchup.
1.5.
Yeah, with the tiebreaker and everything like that. But it's the Kansas City Chiefs, man. I was refusing to put them as dead. I was manifesting it. Trust me, I was manifesting it. I wanted the Baltimore Ravens win more than I think any grown man that doesn't root for either team. I can't
believe it.
I picked them in my survival pool.
You had that
and
much
I'm
confidence in the Ravens being the Chiefs?
No, not at all. You just shot me a text well into the third quarter of the 1 o'clock slate, and you're like, Dan, dude, you totally forgot to pick your survivor picks. And I was just like, well, I mean, I'm not going to pick the Jets or the Dolphins. Who the hell knows what happens there? Maybe Cincinnati can pull a horseshoe out of their ass against Denver tonight. I thought the Ravens was my best pick, right? But, I mean, unfortunately,
because I got sent all the picks, and I see Dan Mitchell with a red X. I'm like, oh, Dan forgot to make his pick. You got to make your pick.
Damn. Well, hey, you know what? Watch out next year. TD,
at least you didn't pick the Cowboys or the Packers, because if you picked either one of them, you still would have lost because it's a tie.
Yeah, dude, I was this close to picking the Packers as well. TD, thoughts on the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, biggest storylines, thoughts on Lamar Jackson and his phantom hamstring injury?
You just go highlighting it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, let's not forget this game was on the road for Baltimore in Kansas City. All right. Kansas City's second home game this year, and they lost the first one to Buffalo. No, that was Baltimore. This was a game to me that I agree with Richie. You put the Chiefs on a pedestal and say, hey, man, they still got it. Xavier Worthy was everything. Don't forget, he also rushed for almost 40 yards. That jet sweep hurt him. Also, that big down the field throw by Mahomes to Worthy as well was huge. Those are the game-changing plays. Those are the things that sparks the offense. And Patrick Mahomes dinked and dunked and did his thing, and I liked it. He managed it very well. When you look at it, he threw the ball to like 8 different receivers, and many of them had multiple receptions, 3, 4, and 5 for quite a few guys. Kansas City, again, they're a great team. I still don't think they're as good as, they used to be, but they're still a team that could potentially make the playoffs. They're going to have to prove it to me. I'm still not sold. I want to see a little bit more. But Baltimore will be fine. They're just tripping right now. Everybody's going to be down on Lamar and all of that. But guess what? Here's what's going to happen. The next 8 games for the Baltimore Ravens, they'll more than likely be the favorite in all 8. In all 8. And just going 6-2 in those games alone is going to put them at 7-5. Putting them in a position on the back end to make a wild card run or just solidify it if they do even better than that. They'll get their confidence back. They'll get things together. They play teams like the Bears. I know we're high on them, but the Ravens are better. The Texans, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals. The only teams that kind of stand in their way, if they even stand in their way, are the Vikings and the Rams, which are winnable games for them as well. So they can easily go on a tear in a run and be just fine. Here's what I'll do. I'll give it 2 more weeks when they play the Texans and the Rams. And if the Baltimore Ravens can win both of those games, there is nothing to fear. They're going to be right up there with 12, 13 wins. They lose one of those games, they're going to be fighting for the wild card. They lose both of those games, their season is over. Okay, that's how I kind of look at it. Those next 2 weeks will be a huge deciding factor for the Baltimore Ravens. The Lamar Jackson stuff, fans going crazy. Yeah, man, I agree. He's a bum. Trade him to Miami. We'll take him, all right? But they'll be fine. It's nothing to panic about.
Damn. Well, be careful there, Ravens fans. Have no fear. Lamar and his hamstring should be okay, right? I still have yet to see an update on whether or not that he's going to miss significant time, but he is playing the Houston Texans next Sunday, October 5th. Hopefully he's good to go because that is a very good defense, and I don't think Cooper Rush has much of a chance. And so against that defense over in Houston. Moving on.
Cooper Rush is the backup?
He is.
Wow.
We got Cooper Rush, man. Rush out here doing his thing. Moving on to a team and, really a division, which doesn't make sense to me. I have no idea who is good in the NFC South. I don't. Talk about one of the most inconsistent divisions in all of football. I'm not confident in picking a winner just yet, but the Falcons end up beating the Marcus Mariota-led Washington Commanders 34-27. Michael Penix goes out and has a redemption game where he went 20 for 26, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. You had Bijan Robinson, 75 yards, a touchdown. Algier was added to the conversation. And Drake London and Bijan Robinson both well over 100 yards receiving. Thoughts on the Falcons? Are we bought back in, or are they too inconsistent for you? TD, thoughts?
I'm not bought back into anything in that division. But here's what I'll tell you. Good job, Michael Penix. You needed this. We talked about this last week. He needed a bounce back game if you ever seen one. And to go 20 for 26, that's very impressive. If I'm not mistaken, right around 80%, give or take. 2 touchdowns in the game. He did throw a pick, but at the same token, that's how you bounce back. You help your team, you lead them to victory, and you also don't become the reason they lose. And in other words, you actually win. So I'm up on Michael Penix right now. He needed this, but he's gonna have to show consistency week in and week out. To be 500 right now is always good. You got to keep your head above water. You were below water, but you got yourself back to the surface. Now, are you going to continue to swim? Because the rumblings for Kirk Cousins to start had been loud, but you have simmered those rumbles. Washington, this is simply dealing with a backup quarterback in Mariota. And at the end of the day, you're looking at a team who didn't have a real leading receiver in this game. Debo had 72 yards, but this team, you want to be able to go off. Washington without Daniels, it's a lost identity in my opinion. The run game is at Yeah. I forgot about that too. It's a run game without an identity and a pass game without an identity, and you rely on the defense, and obviously that did absolutely nothing because you gave up 34 points. So those guys got to get back. When is Penix coming back? I mean, not Penix, but Daniels.
Next week officially.
Yeah, I want to say that he was. So I want to say that he was limited and even a full participant in practice on the final day leading up to the game, but then I guess they just said that, I don't know, he wasn't ready. I'm curious about their schedule for the rest of the week because with Philly's just pulled away, they're about 4 games right now, 4-0. So the Commanders then have the Chargers next week, and the Chargers are probably going to be playing some inspired football. Then the Chicago Bears, the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Lions. So the schedule's not ideal for the Commanders. Hopefully Jaden can bring back that much-needed spark.
They need him back bad. They need him.
Rich, thoughts on the Commanders, thoughts on the Falcons, biggest standout topics?
Man, first of all, big shout-out to Michael Penix. You talk about a bounce back. Last week, we're like, dude, this guy stinks. And then this is why you can't evaluate one individual off of one performance. You got to give them the time to bounce back, and he bounced back. He was making big-time NFL throws, and the Falcons kind of showed up why I was expecting them to be good all offseason. They're playmakers, man. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts making some plays. How about it? We got Drake London. I'm actually happy I drafted Drake London in fantasy over Brian Thomas because I thought I made a mistake during the draft, but that's not the case. And, Washington's with their backups and they're dealing with injuries, and the Falcons were able to get the job done. So shout out to Atlanta. Definitely a confusing division, I agree, outside of the Buccaneers. They almost beat the Eagles, which we'll talk about. But I think the Falcons actually have a chance here. If they can string together a performance like that consistently, they got so much weapons on their offense. And Michael Penix, man, if he can just be calm, cool, collected, make the throw. He was making big-time, NFL starter-level throws, and you need to see that after a performance he had last week because he was really bad against the Panthers, just to the point where this guy's not ready. But I'm not gonna overhype Penix. Just like last week, I was not saying he's terrible. Now it's about consistency. Now it's about doing this on a consistent basis. But an impressive win for the Atlanta Falcons, nonetheless.
An impressive win, indeed. Now let's talk about the shock heard around the world. How about Jackson Dart? How about Darterific, man? Watch the game. The hype is real, man. Holy hell.
Damn, no.
Dude. And that guy's as cocky as he comes, man. He's as cocky as it comes, dude. I saw his little swag right into the end zone when he rushed in for that touchdown, his little shuffle pass. My guy feels like he rules the world, and I'm bought in. I'm bought in on the Dart magic. Damn. Bad news is, though, at what cost? Because Malik Neighbors, I'm sitting here waiting on the official update, but I would not be shocked. It's officially official. Torn ACL, out for the season. Terrible, absolutely terrible for the Giants. However, I feel like I would like to stay on the positive trend of things. Dart looked pretty good. I thought for his first start, especially against a defense that is typically known as a top 5 unit in the NFL. I'm not about to come on here and say that I think that Russell Wilson would have given them the exact same result. I think that Jackson Dart brings an element to this offense with his mobility, something where he could overcome question marks at the offensive line. I think this was the right move. I'm not saying that the Giants are going to go on a tear and win double-digit games, but I do think that this is the difference between a 3-win season and a 6-win season. And I was impressed from the young man. Even more so impressed from the New York Giants defense. Solid front seven attack. Pass rush, absolutely deadly. Made Justin Herbert struggle for a significant amount of time. Quality win for the New York Giants. I was not seeing it coming. I was totally shocked. But, Richie, thoughts on Dart? Thoughts on the Chargers? Thoughts on Neighbors? Whatever you got. Talk to me.
Yeah, this is a frustrating game because my girlfriend picked the Chargers in a survival pool that we're both in, and, rooting heavily for the Chargers in this game. And listen, man, what Jackson Dart did in that game, what impressed me was he played winning football. He didn't go crazy with the throws. He was making plays with his legs. He was being smart with the football. And when you're a rookie making your NFL debut, that's what you want to see. Do you look like you belong? And he definitely checked those boxes for me. Did the game look too big for you? Are you processing the field properly? Are you antsy in the pocket? Are you doing the back-breaking mistakes? All those things, I looked at Jackson Dart, man. He has this level of moxie to him. And and I think the coaching staff of the Giants deserves a lot of credit. They put him in a really good situation to succeed. They utilize his strengths. And people underestimated his ability to run. That's why I compared him to a Jalen Hurts. He runs like Jalen Hurts, more of a power runner than Lamar Jackson with finesse and Justin Fields with speed. He's more of your power guy, uphill runner, not afraid of contact. He's a dog, man, and this is why I really loved him pre-draft. This is why I actually wanted the Jets to draft him, because I felt like, number one, he has the moxie and the confidence to handle the New York market, and I think that he played winning caliber football. And yeah, I don't think they win that game with Russell Wilson. I think the game plan was perfect for him, and he played winning football, and that's really all you can ask for the New York Giants. Devastating injury to Malik Neighbors, absolutely devastating. But how about Cam Scatterbo, bro? He's a culture changer. That rookie class, Abdul Carter also had a fantastic game, taking advantage of the injury, unfortunately, to Joe Alt, which is a big issue with that game. But Justin Herbert in that offense really was, the only positives was Amari and Hampton. I was waiting for Herbert to start doing something. And that Giants defense, that was the first time we saw their front seven kind of live up to the hype that we were giving them all offseason. And right when the Giants got off to that first lead in their first opening drive, they got a touchdown. It's like, all right, Giants, can you make some plays on defense? How about Dexter Lawrence getting that interception? The Giants played a full 4 quarters of winning football, and they deserve a lot of credit. And the Chargers had a lot of opportunities. They kept fighting and fighting. But that's what happens, man. This is the NFL. Upsets happen. Are the Giants a better football team than the Chargers? No. Is Jackson Dart better than Justin Herbert now? No. But this is the NFL. Upsets happen, which is why you got to be careful with these survival pool picks. And I wish we did not pick the Chargers, but we did. But congrats to the Giants.
Pick the LA Chargers, man, and it looked like, dude, I stayed away from that game. I could have picked the Chargers leading up into it. Say, for example, that I was paying attention and I knew that it was time for me to select my survivor candidate. But I remember going back and forth in my head. I was just like, I don't know, dude. I don't know, man.
Something.
Dart. I said Dart Magic. I don't like the smell of this. I don't like the smell of it.
I almost took them. I'm happy I took the Lions. So I advanced, baby.
No, dude, holy hell. TD, thoughts? Dart debut, the loss of Malik Neighbors, and the LA Chargers.
And he's a Chargers fan, TD, so this is big. Let's hear it.
The Chargers, they didn't have
excuse. Let's hear it.
No, the Chargers didn't have a contingency plan for if a O-lineman goes out or nothing. They absolutely didn't have a plan, and they got bullied all day in the trenches. Did they say what the official on Alt was?
Sprained ankle.
So it's not long term?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I thought it might have been a long term. So the Chargers will be fine. They just didn't have a plan for how they wanted to operate in the trenches on the O-line to hold back that pass rush, which the Giants were relentless all day. They were literally getting up and at it. And, they hadn't showed what we all knew they had. And in this game, they did. So that was big for the Giants to be led, because let's not kid ourselves. The score was 21-18. It wasn't like it was a high-flying game, the Giants doing crazy stuff. That defense was just really pretty much on point. Now, on the other side of the football, I was highly impressed by Jackson Dart, but also not writing home like this is something that I can read into yet. And the reason why, first of all, I was impressed because What I saw was a kid who made great decisions on, should I throw this, or I see a lane, let me take advantage of it in big moments when it mattered most. It was always like the third down where, okay, y'all got to get this. Oh, nothing's open. Oh, I see a lane for me to go get it. Oh, I see a lane for me to go get it, but that's open. Let me throw the ball. He made good decisions. It wasn't like he was just flying the cannon all around the field. That wasn't happening. I mean, he averaged like 5.6 yards a throw or something like that. It was a lot of dink and dunking, but it was great decision dink and dunking. It was, let me get it to this guy right there. He can go run another 3 yards and get the first. Let me take this upon myself and run with my legs. And y'all know how I feel about it. Young quarterbacks, don't be the reason your team lose, and don't turn the ball over, and you actually got a good chance to win. He didn't turn the ball over. Not only didn't he not turn it over, I feel like he didn't even put it in harm's way, like, ooh, that was close. No, he didn't even put it in harm's way. One fumble, but they didn't lose it. And I was impressed by that. Now, as the league start to understand his mobility and how they want to play him, it'll get tougher and tougher. Jackson Dart, he can't fall for the old trick that a lot of quarterbacks, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Then all of a sudden it start getting hard because teams start game planning and realizing who you are as a player. So good debut, but I'm not going to make a conclusion like, Jackson Dart's the future. He's this and that. Keep playing like this, and then I guess I'll be getting closer and closer to it. Last point, this is what I'll be talking about, and this is what I was talking about preseason. Baller's ball. You can't tell me he couldn't do this in week 1. Like, this kid should have been out there. You want to rely on Moonball Russ? I told y'all, if you believe in him, put him out there. I don't think he could have done what, after one game of seeing Jackson Dart, I do not believe he could have done as bad as Russell Wilson been doing. I don't.
Hey, let's not forget what Wilson did week 2.
Out of one game against a team that give up points against everybody. Obviously now, right? So, yeah, man, let the kids play, man. I'm happy for Jackson Dart. I just hope Dylan Gabriel get this opportunity because it's time.
Dylan, you switched on your boy Shador.
I'm not switching. Dylan Gabriel was named quarterback 2. They believe in him right now.
Shador's out there talking to media. Yeah, I could be playing better than the rest of the league.
Well, looking at some of these quarterbacks, I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, who's he playing
better? I'm not
better
mad at him.
Tua.
What happened? Well,
who is he referring to? Who could he play better?
Guys like Justin Fields, Spencer Rattata, all of those guys.
I don't know. Spencer Rattata.
Hey,
God damn, nobody want to hear that mess. Y'all just
listen.
Mad.
Hey, listen. You know what? Like, we're going to save this for the AFC East Roundtable, but Spencer Rattata is not the problem in New Orleans.
No.
Right? Dude, if Brandon Cook caught that touchdown, you guys would have lost.
Dude, you know what, man? Like, honestly, like how I look at the Buffalo Bills and why I'm so confident right now, like we have had a horseshoe up our ass all season long, like a horseshoe up our ass. And that reminds me of the Kansas City Chiefs last year, where we have now had 2 back-to-back weeks where our punter got roughed up. And we end up getting a brand new set of downs. A roughing the punter never happens. It's happened to Buffalo 2 weeks in a row. Wow, dude. Holy hell, it's a beautiful thing. A win is a win, baby, and I'll take it all day, every day.
I was rooting hard for the Saints, not even just for the division, but for the survival pool. Like, half of the pool picked the Bills. So I was like, that's good if they lose.
You're like, hell yeah, man. Get up in there. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, man. I've been really thinking about what I'm going to put down on Sleeper today, my friends. And folks, you're familiar with Sleeper. Sleeper is the #1 player prop platform on the market today. We talk about it all the time on Fourth and Forever. I know that all of you already have it downloaded because why wouldn't you? Especially when they are offering such a crazy promotional, like a 100% deposit match all the way up to $100. And you get this knowledge, all right? I did you guys a favor, and I included a player from both of your teams in my parlay this evening. Plus
Justin Fields, anytime touchdown.
The Denver Broncos. I did not do that. I'm rolling the dice on this one. I have Justin Fields over 185.5 passing yards. I think that he's good for that. I genuinely do. I think that there are a lot of things in the secondary he could take advantage of. Any QB should be able to throw for over 200 against Miami. It's just how it is. Followed by that, I have a J.K. Dobbins anytime touchdown. I think I fare well against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I have a Devon Achane anytime touchdown as well. I think that he'll find his way into the end zone this evening. And last but not least, for the exact same reason I have Justin Fields going over his passing line, I have Bo Nix going over his against the Cincinnati Bengals secondary as well at 221.5 passing yards. $10 could win me $89.50. So stay on the lookout. Let me know your parlays, guys. Tag Roundtable Sports on X with all of your parlays, and let's make this a nice little bragging rights game for the rest of the season. Shout out Sleeper. Thank you so much for being a proud partner. More very exciting things to come.
Yeah, man. Very exciting things to come on Sleeper. Winning some cash. Got to
And by
add
the
Fields
way-
anytime touchdown.
And by the way, on Sleeper, they also have fantasy football, y'all. And your boy
I got to double check on my fantasy
about to go
football
3-1.
sports.
Looks like I might be putting up the most points in the league this week. I'm just saying, my team flying high. Man.
So I'm playing my boy Oneron right now. So I'm playing Oneron, right? He's winning 128-50 to 114, but I still have a 70% chance of winning. For the love of God, Jamar Chase, please, please, for the love of God, you bum, go
Here it
over
is.
15 points for me.
Let's-
I need
let's
you to
keep a
have a
look.
game. Is it too much to ask Jamar Chase to live up to his first overall fantasy football? I should have known better. I've hated on the Bengals for so long. I should have known that this was karma.
Should have
At
took
the end of the
Saquon.
day, man. I
Or
mean,
Bijan.
dude, right now, I mean, I feel like we can make an argument right now that James Cook is the best running back in the NFL right now. Where it all
Oh, jeez.
I mean, he's been balling. I'm not gonna lie. And then on my other league, I'm losing, but I still have a 72% chance of winning. I need Breece Hall to go off for the love of God, and Evan Engram. I need Engram to go off so I can walk away, man. I'm 1-2 in both leagues. Get me to 500 and let me cook for the
Yeah, I'll be
love of
3-1.
all that is mighty.
Well,
I'll be 3-1, even though I
Dan's
lost
got
one
70%. Dan's got a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, who'd you lose to? Me.
by 1 point, Richie. Stop,
Still an L. Hold the L, by the way.
because I ain't playing.
Hold
a
the
certain
L.
player, but that's fine.
I got
It's fine.
83% chance. I'm going against Leno, Finn's killer. Hopefully, I can get the job done tonight. I got Justin Fields going tonight, Garrett Wilson going tonight. It's not a guarantee. He's got Breece Hall going up against me and Chase Brown. Hopefully, I can lock it down against Leno. But make sure you guys check out RotoWire, by the way, because RotoWire is a proud sponsor of Roundtable Sports, as you guys know. And a big reason why we're cooking is because of RotoWire here on Fantasy Football. You can connect your leagues right here to the ultimate fantasy football tool. You get 15% off when you use our code RTS. That link is in the description. You guys got all the things you need. Sync your league to it, and it will give you every asset you possibly can imagine for fantasy football. And it does not end. Fantasy football does not end after the draft, as you guys know. It extends through the league. It helps you with everything. So make sure you guys check out RotoWire. Big time shout out to them.
Big time
All right.
shout out indeed.
Let's get into some callers, man. Some caller Patreon. Andy's up first. What up, Andy?
Andy.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Enjoying my Victory Monday.
As you should. As you
Yeah, I
should,
know.
my friend.
It's just great how bad the Bills play. It feels like we only score 17 points, but yet we're scoring over 30 every week.
It's nice. It's nice. isn't it?
Like you bums should be worried. Like I said, we're not even playing good football. We're scoring 30. So wait till we're actually playing good football.
Damn.
Richie, that's
That would
gotta
ever happen.
it's gotta burn you talking about Rodgers, doesn't it? It's gotta hurt. I know it would hurt me.
I knew this was happening. I knew this was coming. I'm not surprised. It doesn't hurt me. I
And
called
then-
this while he was on the Jets last year, that he was going to the Steelers and going to succeed. Like, while he's on the Jets, sucking, I'm like, he's going to Pittsburgh next year, and he's going to be great. I knew it was going. But yeah, it doesn't help.
And then we'll see what happens tonight with those bum Dolphins.
Hey, Andy.
Come on, Andy. Give me a
What's that?
Jets chat,
Andy?
you know.
I'll die
just-
before I fucking do that.
Andy, I just want to guarantee something to you. Guarantee. I guarantee you that the Buffalo Bills lose next week on Sunday Night Football. I guarantee.
At home, where we don't lose
I
at all.
guarantee.
The Bills
Right.
don't
Lost
play
in
on the road, by the way.
2023.
Get on the road.
I
How many times
guarantee
in Buffalo?
We're at home, baby.
Hey,
Three home games
can't
in a
help
row.
the
breaking
schedule.
it. I feel-
I can't help the way the schedule works for us. Okay.
Yeah.
4 of their first 5 games at home.
What you want? What you want to
can,
put on
you
it?
can
TD?
call MetLife a home game too, by the way.
I guarantee the Patriots beat
What
y'all.
you want? What you
at-
putting
at
on?
your
What you
house.
putting on that?
I guarantee it.
Just like you guarantee the Dolphins were going to beat the Bills. You
Patriots might win the
guarantee
division.
the Dolphins are going to win the division. You guarantee that Josh Allen wasn't going to win the MVP. I hear it. It's the same
see, we
shit
all
TD,
know
has
every
TD gotten
year.
one
And all of
guarantee
that.
right? Can we get one
Not when it
one
comes to the
guarantee?
Bills.
No, not at all. In fact, now
Yeah,
I
Not when it comes to the
right.
Bills.
Yeah, I have. Listen,
Not when it comes to the Bills.
Listen, I get one guarantee right every year, and I will for the rest of my life when it comes to the Bills. I guarantee you'll never win a Super Bowl. I ain't ever been wrong. I haven't ever been
I've
wrong.
already told you what's going to happen. Undefeated. We taking it.
There you go.
Andy,
Andy.
Call,
not
Andy.
next Sunday night.
But one thing I do
TD, the biggest
feel way
Patriots fan
better
this
about
week.
Sunday because yes, like I will admit that I think there was a part of me that was like, damn, what if those Pats come in there and punch us in the mouth, or what if those Pats beat us like right in a close game? But the second I heard TD say his phrase, I guarantee, all worries have evaporated. All worries have
All
evaporated.
right,
man.
yeah, you go find out the hard. Because guess what?
Especially in our clean ass rivalries jerseys. Woo! You
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
for
That
it,
should have
man.
been the event, bro. Why do we waste the event on Dolphins, Bills? You know, in Buffalo,
We
this
almost
game
beat
coming
them.
up.
We almost beat
Dude,
them.
you know what, man? We probably should have did the Patriots game for the event.
Hey, that
Really, that
turnover.
would've been better.
Hey, Richie, that turnover machine back. Don't forget that turnover machine is back.
How many do you have? One?
It should have been 2, but it's all right.
Oh yeah, on a 3rd and 10 arm punt, man. I'm not worried
Ain't
about
no
it.
arm punch. Stop that mess.
I'm not worried
man.
about it. Hey,
Yeah, it was
hey,
early. Stop.
hey, listen, your golden boy Justin Herbert had a couple, right? We saw Lamar Jackson throw
Yeah.
a duck too. You know, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
Just letting you know,
Is what it is, man. Dude,
he's down the
Dude, back in the day, say that this was 3 years ago, and I were to tell someone, hey, Josh Allen is not going to throw an interception till week 4, like we'd have a parade, brother. I'm happy about it. All right, he's taking care of the ball. He's taking care of the ball.
How
right
long
now.
they last?
That's what I'm
It
talking
was so
about.
frustrating to see that game. Just like, come on, Saints.
Come on, Spencer. Dude, listen, man. Like,
Please.
so when it comes down into it, like we have gone up against 2 teams in a row that were so clearly like opening up their entire playbook. They ran the damn Philly special. Like that's
oh
a
my
playoff.
god, that play broke my brain.
Like
You're
that.
like the Saints got the
like-
momentum. Like, come on, man! And they throw a freaking pick at the Phillies.
You have Chris
Benedict,
Olave with a pick
ran
to Cole Bishop, who's terrible in coverage, by the way. But hey, you know what? Like he was there at the right point.
Did you
Look, like when
I know you were watching Red Zone, Dan, but TD, were you watching Red Zone
No,
or the games? Because there was a sequence in the Red Zone that made me want to die. It was double box Bills, Patriots, and it was Patriots touchdown, Bills touchdown at the same time. I'm just like, and then Scott Hanson's like, oh, AFC East touchdown. And I'm like, damn, bro.
Hey, but them Patriots look good.
I know you
look
see the Panthers get
unstoppable.
that touchdown early. You're like, oh, watch out, 6-0.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just a rout from there on out.
Listen,
Just-
man, Drake,
Yeah.
Drake May playing better than Josh Allen right now. Let's be honest.
He's playing good. He's playing good. But let's see how he does next weekend. Let's see how Drake May, the young buck, plays in Buffalo. Man, that's going to be the true test. Texans and the Titans, 26-0 romp from
That should
Houston.
have been the survival pool pick.
Houston, damn, man. Let me tell you what. They needed this win. They are currently 1-3. They finally look somewhat competent. And the Tennessee Titans, dude, even orated perfectly by Cam Ward. Dude had a profanity-laced press conference, post-game press conference, where he said verbatim, we're ass right now. He said, we can't effing do this. We can't effing do that. He is very upset. Now we're seeing sports media heads go out and put side-by-side comparisons to Will Levis's first 4 games and Cam Ward's first 4 games, suggesting that Will Levis was never the problem in the first place. It was all the Tennessee Titans organization. I'm not buying into that just yet, right? Because Will Levis did have Derrick Henry for his first 4 games. I think that's something that we can all agree with. But Tennessee, dude, I know nobody had expectations for this squad. especially with their offensive line. I would not be surprised if they are actually sellers, crazy sellers at the trade deadline, because things just aren't working. They had a brand new offensive play caller. Let me tell you what, I think they should revert back to the head coach, because at least he was putting some essence of offense out on the field. But it's the Titans. Are we surprised? Richie, Titans, Texans game, thoughts on this one?
Man, the Titans are the worst team of football. They got nothing, man. Cam Ward is out there. It's like your typical, like, I'm telling you right now, I can see the writings on the wall. Cam Ward, he's going to be a stud for a team not named the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. I mean, the Titans are entering a dark, dark era. They're in the era
it's
right
a
now.
Dark era in Nashville, baby.
Oh, dude, it's bad. I had our own Titans Rossi on my channel last week because the Jets made a trade with the Titans, and I was asking him his thoughts of the Titans, and he was just going on this rant, and I'm like, wow, that sounds bad. Like, worse than you could imagine, from owners to you don't know who's calling plays to the coaches to this to that. Man, it's a dark time. And the Titans, I'm really not impressed with the Texans' win. I mean, they did not look great in this game. It took them until the second half. Like, I'm not like, oh, the Texans are back. Like, the AFC South, like, I know everyone on this panel is low on the Jaguars. But, hey, man, they're 3-1. They just beat the Niners, undefeated Niners. The Colts and the Jaguars are the team in this division, not the Texans. Like, I'm not taking this game and, like, buying back into the Texans yet. I need to see them do this against a good team. This was literally against the worst team in football. But, yeah, I mean, devastating for Cam Ward. And it's actually refreshing to hear what Cam Ward had to say, because we're used to hearing, like, media-trained, like, robot answers. Like, that was the realest press conference I've ever heard from an athlete. And I don't know if that's good or bad PR for the Titans, but he kept it a buck, man, and I respect him for keeping it real, because you don't really get those type of answers often in the NFL.
Oh, man. I'm sitting here looking at some of the box score. Who is Joquavius Marks?
Huh?
Like, who is this Madden-generated player that led the Houston Texans in rushing yards? Who is Joquavius Marks, folks? Please put a 1 in the chat if this is the first time you ever heard this name. No. Houston Texans leading rusher. I was like curious. I was like, yo, like, what's Nick Chubb doing these days? And I see a name that I've never seen before in my entire life. Joquavius Marks was running all over the Tennessee Titans yesterday, apparently. All right, TD, go ahead.
I think it's Woody Marks. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Woody Marks.
Oh, well. So according to ESPN, it's Joquavius. But go ahead.
Oh, I think, okay. That probably his real name, but he goes by Woody. I don't know what they did. Here's what I'll say. The Texans, I'm with Richie. Show me a team where, you know, you can compare to and have domination like that, an impressive win. I mean, it's NFL, though. A win is a win, and you did it impressively, but you need to start doing this against some of the competing teams. Tennessee, I don't know if I agree with you, Richie, that he's going to be good on a team not named Tennessee, because you done invested in so many, and you know that he's actually a good player. You're probably going to ruin him for 4 years.
And then he's going to be another Sam Darnold.
If he's not too ruined by that point, I don't know. But what I will say is they just got to make investments in, like, the like, who are their receivers?
Calvin Ridley.
Who's a bum.
And anybody else? Okay, so that's part of the problem. I saw that interception that he had. And to me, it wasn't the perfect pass, but it was in the receiver's hands and just plopped off his hands right into a Texans receiver. They're having a lot of drops, man. Tyler Lockett literally targeted 4 times, 0 receptions. You got a Umanor is another guy targeted 7 times, but only had 2 receptions. They got to do better in that area. And here's the thing. You get a number 1 overall pick, right? I'm sorry, but Calvin really isn't what you're supposed to be prioritizing. Where's the big time weapon? Where is that guy possession-wise, one-on-one that's going to win, 80% of the time? You got to invest. And that's it. Well, and I'll say this. I'm not going to knock Tennessee. Everybody knows the roster isn't good enough. Maybe it was just all about getting the quarterback. We got to give them time to build his team. You know, next offseason, they can make some moves and get better and better. I'm not sure Tennessee ever expected themselves to just all of a sudden be great right away. I think this is going to be a slow build. And you got to give them 2 to 3 years. And in year 3, you want to see this team competing. So right now, I'm not panicking. Everybody expected Tennessee to still not be great.
It's the Tennessee Titans, man.
And
you
the
know,
big test
normally
this
when
week for the Texans, you know who they verse?
who's it?
The
Ravens.
That's going to tell the fate of both teams.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We just saw that Marlon Humphrey is going to be missing quite a few weeks for an already struggling defense, too.
Was he the one that does the podcast? Everyone was clowning
He's the one
him.
that does the podcast, and I feel like, and so a lot of people were trolling him, and so including Antonio Brown. But
Who doesn't he troll?
yeah. No one's safe from AB. That's for damn sure. But I mean, as far as the Tennessee Titans, I sort of get where they're coming from. Like wide receiving core is Ridley. You have Tyler Lockett and that one rookie out of Stanford as well. Then again, I get like not overly investing in a young quarterback unless he can prove that he can win with like an average squad. I totally get that. But like this Tennessee Titans team, I'm not even entirely convinced that quarterback was the issue, right? Like, yes, I get it that like Will Levis was no good and Cam Ward is much better, but would things have been much different if, for example, that Will Levis was the starter this year and they didn't draft Cam Ward? I think their priorities are like super jumbled. I think it all starts with them walking away from Mike Vrabel. I really think that was the case, but we'll see what that Tennessee Titans squad does.
Let me say this though. I think the Will Levis, Cam Ward. We know Cam is better, but here's the problem with Will Levis. He at will turn the ball over.
Oh, yeah.
Like just blatant.
Oh, yeah.
Like Cam Ward's at least, going off a receiver's hand. Will Levis was just giving you the football. And that was one of the big issues with him. But again, the team is trash for both of them, regardless. But that's why Will Levis hurt himself. Just don't turn the ball over like you were, and you might have been given another chance in another city. But now he just, trying to figure it out.
Are you subscribed to Roundtable Sports? There's a poll that's live that asks you that question. And according to the chat so far, only 87% of you guys are subscribed. So subscribe if you're new. We hit 20-something thousand subs. I don't know where we're at now. We're at, what, 21 or 22?
It's not enough.
We want 30.
We want 100.
We want 1 million.
We want 1 million,
We want
baby.
that plaque, folks.
Yeah, dude. One of these days, man, I want to go live on 4th and Forever and see 10,000 live viewers as well.
Yes.
All right. So do us a favor, guys. Hit that thumbs up sign, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and tell a friend, right, that loves the NFL, that just wants to hear a little bit of what's going on in the league with some unique perspectives across the internet. Let's go ahead and welcome in our next caller.
Our next caller is brought to you by Patreon. Lino's up next.
What's up, Lino?
What's going on, man? Hey, y'all get to 100,000 if y'all boot TD. Other than that, you know what I'm saying?
We got boot TD.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ratings to go up. TD got the ratings going down with all these worst predictions. But
you might be right, Lino. But when the Bills lose next week, we going up, baby.
Here we go. Oh, thank you, TD, for not picking us. Woo, survival pool, baby. We win it. But I was wondering, man, if any way that both of y'all teams can end in a tie, so, you know what I mean, we can care less about what y'all got going on, man. So, yeah, I mean, if anything, I want to root for the Jets, but the way that they be talking at the, I hope they lose too. So it's not a win-win for me, man. Can we pull the plug on the national cable for that too? I don't know, man. What can we do? This is a national crisis right here. We gotta come up with something, TD. Dan, you got any advice?
Root for a tie.
I can, but
I don't think that a tie should happen in the league. I don't believe that it should happen. I am surprised to this day. I am surprised to this day that with the NFL just keeps baby stepping this issue, and they haven't already said, look, we have overarching overtime rules. All right. Like what we saw last night, like you can't see this. This is not Premier League soccer. All right. Like we need a winner in every single football game. I don't think that they should be saving it for the playoffs. Like we need to implement a universal overtime rule. I have no idea why we continue to, sidestep this situation.
Field goal battle, like a shootout.
A field goal battle, dude. College football.
Back up
60 yards up. 60 yards out. 60 yards out.
If the league is that obsessed with high-scoring games, you would think that they would adopt a college football model where they all start at their own 20 and they just keep going shot for shot until there's a winner. Like, that's what they need. No idea why we're still having this conversation. But
I guess since you said that, I might as well pick the Jets and keep this losing streak out for these Dolphins then.
Yeah, Lino!
Oh, yeah, man.
Trash.
I will say this, though, Richie. That would be
throw your fins up
tonight to be a tie.
Throw the fins up.
What'd you say, TD?
The worst outcome tonight would be a tie.
I don't want to be 0-3-1. That sounds terrible.
0-3-1 is diabolical.
0-3-1. I'd rather be 0-4 than 0-3-1.
I'll have to petition. Give me a 0.53 and 0. Something. Oh, man.
It's absolutely diabolical that this league allows a tie to occur on any given
we should talk
Sunday
about
or
that
matchup.
game.
We should talk about that game. The Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys, you guessed it, tied. All right. Now, wow. One thing I can say is this. I think that this is the proof in the pudding that the Micah Parsons trade indeed was even. I suppose you could sort of take that and run with it. But wild stuff. I do want to give credit to the Dallas Cowboys for still being able to generate some offense even without CeeDee Lamb. I think that should be at least encouraging for Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
I think as far as the Green Bay Packers are concerned, I think that they are the team that I've always thought that they were this offseason. I think that they will be a playoff squad. Do I think they're better than the Detroit Lions, although they beat them in week 1? No. But again, the big storyline here is get rid of ties for the love of all that is mighty.
Now,
this
question: do you think would you prefer the Packers?
There's no ties in America. Go.
There's no ties in America. Go. Do you feel like the Packers should have went for the win and just with that 1 second left try to get in the end zone or kick for the tie?
First off, why the game ended the way that it did was Matt LaFleur again piss poor clock management. That's why the Green Bay Packers were in that position in the first place. I think that is an Achilles heel of this team. I think it's been a trend for the Green Bay Packers for quite some time. So you're damn right. I think that they should have gone with a second left.
I think they should have ended it the way they did with 1 second. Obviously, going for the tie, get half instead of nothing because it can have playoff implications. But this was a loaded game. I actually was in and out of sleep on it because I had already told my wife and my son, I said, it's they were on sleeper. Like, what should we do? My son's like, oh, man, George Pickens going to have 2 touchdowns tonight. I'm like, you crazy. And my wife took Dak under on the yards. I said, no, it's going to be a shootout. She didn't listen. But, yeah, I woke up for the fourth quarter, and I was just like, yep, here we are. And I'm going to tell you now, Micah Parsons saved Green Bay the game with that hunt down of Dak Prescott, the tackle from the back that ended up being constituted a sack because it was no gain. That was Jordan Love about to make the play of the night, potentially going in that end zone, and he stopped him right there. But you want to know what really hurt the Packers? I'm not going to say LaFleur's clock management. It was Jordan Love. Jordan Love absolutely balled out last night, but it's one play in general, he screwed the team. It was with 27 seconds left, that play where they were hurrying up, you dump it off inbounds to the running back for no gain. You'd have been better off throwing it to his feet and you'd have had 3 to 4 more plays. But instead, you only had one play because the clock management. It was really his decision-making live in that moment, which didn't tell him, hey, if nothing's there, throw it away or throw it down to the ground by somebody's feet so that we still have an opportunity for more plays. But instead, he threw it to the running back, tackled right away inbounds, and brought it all the way down, just wasting opportunities for plays. They literally had another 3 to 4 plays if he would have did that, but he didn't. So they only had the one more. So that's situational awareness. But a good game. And it's just funny when the game was over and he made the kick. You know, my son just got up and said, "What a waste of my time," and went to bed. Because nobody really wins or loses.
He's pissed at school right now. He's like, damn it.
Yeah, what I would do if I'm the NFL, though, I would keep the new rule. But if it ends in a tie again, then you go with first person to score.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you do the first person to score on the next one. So
yeah, but the problem with that is sometimes the first person to score will take a long time. And the NFL is such a violent sport; they don't want to keep playing football. Like that's bad on their bodies.
You give them both a chance. You give both of them a chance, and then
but they've had a chance for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but if it's still even equals a tie, first one to score.
That is what you do. Start them at their own 20. First team doesn't have an opportunity of scoring. It reverts back to the other team. And if that team can score, guess what? You have a field goal attempt. And if they miss the field goal, oh my God, I could see it happening a million times. I hate the tie rule. Worst case scenario, make it a full quarter. 15 minutes.
You know what I will say? A field goal shootout would be pretty dope for the NFL if it came down to it. Like back and forth. Starting at the 40. You know, hey, make the field goal, we go to the 45. Both make the field goal, you go to the 50, and you just keep moving it. That would be pretty dope. Like, make that position even more important.
Who knows? Folks, please sound off in the comments section, live chat, and let us know how you would fix the NFL overtime rules. But, folks, it's going to have to do it for another edition of your favorite midday NFL show on the internet. Fourth and forever, Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience before we send them off on this wonderful Monday?
AFC's Roundtable's live earlier today at 5 p.m. since the Jets and the Dolphins are kicking off tonight at 7, which, by the way, TD didn't even know. That I'm like, yo, TD, by the way, we start earlier tonight.
I'm thinking
TD's
it's
like,
8
what?
o'clock.
8 o'clock. So, guys, check us out. We're live in 3 hours from now at 5 p.m. EST, recapping the Bills and the Patriots games, a preview of tonight's matchup between the Jets and the Dolphins. So make sure you guys go check that out on the AFC's Roundtable. An earlier show than usual. We're excited for that. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. And it's sad that the poll that I put up, it's not 100% saying yes, Dan Mitchell. Isn't that sad?
Well, what was the question?
The question was, are you subscribed to Roundtable Sports here on YouTube?
Bums.
And 90% people said yes. 10% said no, I'm not subscribed.
Bums.
All those people who are scared to log into YouTube and watching just on their internet, hit the sign in button and start your YouTube account. It's okay.
Start your YouTube account, man.
Yes.
Start your YouTube account. It's those people right now. And they're sitting here eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner with gas station hot dogs. That's exactly what we're saying.
TD, I heard you had a standoff with King Lowski today on Jake Asman show.
Yeah, man. I'm so sick and tired of King Lowski's delusion.
TD was a guest on the Jake Asman show this morning. How did that go, TD, real quick? Before we go,
it was cool. You know, just did a quick little spot, called in, just told him how much we were about to destroy y'all, and then King Lowski pops up in his Royal Rumble. Man, like I said, you make sure you show up, okay, after your loss. I want to hear nothing about no working and all of that craziness. Show up.
All right. We'll see you on the Roundtable.
Folks, well, we appreciate you. Like Richie just said, we're going to be going earlier than usual on the AFC East Roundtable this evening. We're going to be unpacking the Bills game, the Patriots game, and previewing the Dumpster Fire Bowl, the Jets and the Dolphins later tonight. Cannot wait for it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
And thank you for the super chats to NFL Refs fan, $2. Mahomes played like game manager Josh Allen.
You're right. Tony,
Richie, it's all bad. Mets are out. Hashtag punch Bob ASAP. Don't bring it up, Tony. Don't even remind anybody. Don't remind me either. We love you guys. We're out.